Hello everyone, my name is Tony. Today I'm gonna repeat this video. You wake up and see a large rock absorbing other rocks and gas. Once that's done, the remaining rocks and gas look at you. Another large rock, and they say, "You're next." Wow, you are Saturn, and you are beautiful. Look at those clouds of hydrogen gas in the storm you form. You know that else will look good on you, some rings. Well, that can physically happen right now, and if you want some, you have to wait another 4.4 billion years. Why? Because humans recently discovered that you didn't have your ring when you were born. You were just naked. Great. You were just born and learned that your existence consists of nothing but disappointments from this point onwards. But hey, you are alive and have another planet to talk to, Jupiter. And both of you are gas giants. The only problem is he has way more mass than you and is also way larger than you because he stole most of the remaining gas after the sun was formed and left you with scraps. And now that Fatty is emerging from all of the sun for some reason. Hold up, he's trying to take on the sun. He's older than you and yet you have to babysit him. Come back here, big guy. Are you trying to kill us? And because of you pulled him back, the solar system accidentally gets settled. Wow, Saturn, did you just do that? You're amazing. But wait, why are all the other planets taking Jupiter and celebrating with him? Well, it's accidental, reckless behavior apparently got reward while you were actually the one out saving everyone. Idiots. Well, at the end of the day, you were gas giant planet brothers. So that is something that, unlike real siblings, mischief, you decide to throw astronauts together for the light heavy bombardment pyramid using your massive gravities. A good old-fashioned bullying. But something doesn't feel right. 60% of your body is core, and it's not even a nice core. And no, once again, not like the nice core from David Goggins. It's instead a smear core of rock, metal, hydrogen, and helium rain. And yet you're still mostly gas. However, it's not only that which feels weird, because so far in your life, you've noticed that you have the middle title of the solar system. It seems that you're always second, like any sprinter that had to race with Usain Bolt. You are the second biggest in the terms of radius and also the second biggest in the terms of mass, by a long way. See, you only have 95 Earth masses, and because you're also so large, that means you're literally less dense than water. Find a top large enough and you float. The definition of a balloon in space, and a cold balloon at minus 140 degrees of vantage on the surface and arguing that much as you can, you decide to find out what the purpose of existence is. And first up, you notice that you have a moon called Titan. But Jupiter has one too, Ganymede, which is actually the largest moon in the solar system. And Titan is second. Well, yours is the only one in the solar system with a dense atmosphere. But Ganymede is the only one with a magnetic field. Okay, but at least you rotated the fastest at 10.7 hours for each day. Oh, Jupiter rotated faster. But what about the fact you emit more radiation than you receive from the sun? Well, Jupiter does that too, and even more. Yes, it seems that you're always the runner up, the silver medalist. Jupiter is the biggest, Earth has life, Mars, we get rovers, and sci-fi movies. Mercury is the fastest, Venus is the hottest, Neptune is the bluest, Uranus Uranus at least has jokes about his name. But what are you, the prettiest? Wait, yes, you know it, right there. Not Jupiter, not Earth, and not Venus. You will be the most beautiful planet in the solar system. In order to become the prettiest, the first thing you will need is to have the best moons. Well, why do you have at least 274? Goodness, you didn't expect to in the jury for the largest top model scoring program in the solar system. I guess you have to call them thing 1, thing 2, thing 3, because most of them are unmarkable and boring and all look the same. But a few stand out. The very one is, of course, Titan. It's also beautiful with hazy yellow atmosphere that humans even crash a probe into to look at the surface and then found the building blocks of life there. And the solar system is like 6 billion years old. The place could be habitable and you will own it. Very nice. Much like Enceladus, which not only has a cool name, but it's also so amazing that shoots water vapor into space. Everybody likes a good IMAX experience. It also has a subsurface water ocean and contains organic molecules that have huge potential for life. Be that Jupiter. Next up is Rhea. She's kind of plain, but she's got her own thin atmosphere, oxygen, carbon dioxide. No big deal. There's also Mars, who is so cool. He basically got the experience for the Death Star in Star Wars. Both of you don't look pretty. Now that's done. The second thing you will need is the perfect magnetic field. And not like the ones from Earth or Jupiter's because they're oddly shaped and ugly. Just like if a T-Rex have regular size arms. No. Yours is perfectly symmetrical to your axis. Every story says you need a symmetry for a magnetic field to work. You know the answer to that. But those stupid humans will eventually find out. To you, the mystery is beautiful, and it gives some nice aura to it seems you have the best moons, the best magnetic field. What else can you have that will make you the most beautiful planet in the solar system? Well, there's also the hexagonal storm at the North Pole. No other planets has anything like it. But Jupiter's great red spot, just a boring old orbital storm, gets all the attention. Oh, look at me, I'm a big red circle. that's been shrinking for centuries. Imagine celebrating sometime that shrinks so fast. My wife definitely didn't celebrate that happening last night. I mean, your hexagon storm has corners in space that should count for something. You're well on the way to becoming the most beautiful planet in the solar system. But then, out of nowhere, you suddenly look at Earth and see that it has evolved incredible life. She has crystal blue oceans, lush green forests, and an immense amount of different creatures. You were so busy trying to prove yourself that Earth won the battle. Those moons you have mostly random, boring rocks, the hexagonal storm, actually kind of creepy and weird. Their magnetic field even partly weaker than Earth's, despite you being so much bigger. Well, at least you turn to the side. But Earth does as well. That's okay, that means you have seasons. But Earth gets cool weather and you just turn different shades of brown, like 6 layer chocolate cake made of. But you have different levels to your atmosphere. But Earth does too. Okay, you have winds, 1,800 kilometers, and you have slightly more gravity and lightning, 1,000 times stronger, and it's larger than the USA. Aha, you win this round. But at what cost? Due to your spinning that gave these wins, and a lack of density, you are raw more than any other planet in the solar system. Technically, you are not even properly round. You are go ahead and insult Jupiter for being fat because here you are looking like a snack of potatoes. Damn, I guess Earth actually is winning, and there's only one more thing left to do, becoming the most beautiful planet. Something that Earth will never be able to do. Make rings. To notice a moon about the size of Titan roaming nearby. You aren't sure if it's that one or Jupiter who got lost. Who cares? But right in front of Titan and during other moons, you begin to taunt him. Come closer. That's it. A bit more. This moon, you're to your limit where your gravity is just too strong for his tiny body. And you crush, shield, and dismantle his very being forwarded with a stare. Titan and the other moons are disgusted by you again, and you don't care. Earth had to beaten at all cost. Sometimes had to qualify sacrifice. There were any gods around, and within hours and days, you have rings. 200,000 82 kilometers of them. As you do that, Earth lost all her dinosaurs and has now evolved something even more interesting. Humans. They look at your rings and proceed to discover them in the wrong order, so their names don't actually make sense. They call the main ones ABC, and they couldn't even be bothered to come with actual names instead of letters. Are you serious? Do they know how hard these were to make? Well, while Earth has these idiots destroying it, and only the moon that does nothing. And moon's ability work to make you beautiful. You notice that Enceladus actually shoots water into space to help you fill the air e-ring. You have little moons and other rings moving around to create beautiful gaps. The rings have an advantage height about 10 meters and are extremely thin, so it's like Victoria Secret fashion show, and it doesn't stop there. The rings have areas where they are much bigger and even stand up to a mile high. 99% of them are water. The rest is amazing. Dust that sparkles like glitter. From your point of view, you are now the perfect planet. Number 1. Beautiful. Under the right light, your rings flare like the outfit of a college girl at Coachella. Humans like looking at you even more than their own planets. Take that, Earth. Your B ring even proves light shows when they interact with the sun's cosmic radiation. You are really proud of yourself. But hold that thought. It's about to get really bad for you. Beautiful magnetic field that you love so much. It should protect you, but instead it's actually going to undo all of your hard work. It's taking the ice particles from your ring and sending them directly into your atmosphere. In what sense called ring rain. Every half hour, enough material to fill an Olympic swimming pool from the rings falls into your own face. More specifically, a maximum of 10,000 kilograms per second. This isn't some relaxing message. Either those rings particularly slam into your chubby midsection with enough force to actually heat up your atmosphere, and as they enter, they create those narrow, dark bands that the human Voyager spotted a long time ago. That one you sacrificed before is now coming back to haunt you by staining you. But this is more than just losing good looks. Without rings, what are you? That's another gas giant floating around in the outer solar system. Jupiter, without the flame and the mass, Neptune, without the blue, Uranus, without an awesome sideways tail, and he still has his ring. At this rate, her beautiful rings, the most iconic thing in the solar system, will completely disappear in a few 100 million years or less. How sad for a 4.5 billion old planet that's the equivalent of watching your life mattresses devolve in minutes or begin born and turning 14 in the same week. And that's not even the worst part. Titan is obstacularly escaping your gravity at 11 centimeters per year. He was disgusted by your treatment of the moons. And you know the murder. And it might seem slow, but it's faster than our moon is leaving Earth, and yes, that's true. Also, the Titan exactly moves away from you over the millions of years to come, your Earth could potentially get worse and worse. This means your storms will get more violent, you will not get able to keep it together, and you look like an absolute mess every day for the rest of your life. Titan will then reach habitat zone, and if humans can evolve the way to breed on that planet, hey, who will care about you? You are literally losing everything that made you special. One thing at a time. Jupiter might be a general, but at least has purpose. If you ever wonder what a dispersed existence with 0 point in living looks like, it's this, distant to a lone, unmarked cable, and noticed by the dying sun at its expense. If only you could replace it with something more extreme, just so you die faster. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.